The internet as we know it has a deep-rooted issue, and it's trust. Ipsos 2019, the research shows us that 29% of the Europeans are suspicious of the internet, and 86% have fallen for fake news at least once. So this causes fewer purchases online, people using fake IDs, and a decreasing trust in the internet. So our mission is to bring a layer of trust over the internet. What I read is real and I can verify who wrote it. What I create is mine and I have the proof. And in disputes, for example in e-commerce, I have leverage, I'm protected. Timestamping content on the blockchain, so it's kind of a certificate of birth, but then not for people, but for content and publishers. That's what we do, or web shops. And what you see here on the slide is what it could look like. So for example, on the left top, you see a blockchain timestamp certificate. Under a piece of content, could be anything, a product in a web shop or an article, you see a link. If you click on it, first you see, hey, it hasn't been changed since the last timestamp. And on the bottom, you see a way to check yourself, what the origin of the content is. Kind of the certificate of birth. And what you see there is red text, green text. Red is what disappeared, and green is what's been added. So you can see kind of a trail of history of content, which would be hugely beneficial for product information, but also for publishers. On the right, you see some stats on adoption. Almost 200,000 timestamps were placed, all real content. But the number we put on top was the 35 million, because that's the amount of links to timestamp certificates we've served the last 8 months.
Cool.
If you go to the next slide, you see it's not just tooling, because for adoption here, we have a totally open source manner, a whole holistic vision on how timestamping should become a standard. That's not by creating our own standard, but by integrating with current standards there are already, to present information to social media, search engines, because the timestamp certificate is cool, but that's something for people. We make sure that the timestamps will be added to schema.org, for example, so that search engines could interpret what's going on there.